Welcome back, guys. I just want to say a big thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Welcome back once again to United States of America. Trump has called for African selected countries for a summit in the White House. So, guys, I want you to stay with me as we explore. Let's ask, why did Donald Trump have to invite these selected African countries to the White House, and what is the reason? Why is it only the selected African country? So, guys, please do well to stay with me. I know you will enjoy as I explain and take you through the journey. So, guys, let's go. So, guys, as I earlier said, that the United States of America, President Donald J. Trump has called for African selected country for a summit in the White House. And here comes the name of the African country: Mauritania, Guinea-Bissau, Liberia, and Senegal, for a summit tagged commercial opportunity in Africa. This is the tag of the summit in the White House. Remember, as I earlier told you, that this summit is going to be held at the White House at United States of America. So here is the title of the summit: Commercial Opportunity in Africa. Is going to happen live in the White House. So, guys, why White House? So, guys, let's hear what the U.S. official have to say. He say about the summit. The U.S. official says that, and I quote, Trump believed that African countries offer incredible commercial opportunities which benefit both the American peoples and our partners. Okay, guys. So please, guys, please don't be in a hurry. Stay with me as we explore. But before we dive in, why did Trump really summon this selected African country? Let me ask one question, because they make a statement there. So, guys, let me ask a question. Trump says, I quote again, Trump believes that African countries offer incredible commercial opportunity which benefit both American people and our partners. So, guys, before we dive in, let me ask some question. Did this incredible commercial opportunity which benefit both American people and our citizens? So my question goes, does this incredible commercial opportunity benefit the good citizen of Africa, or it only benefit the American people and their African partner, not the citizen? So that is why I'm asking my question. So I raised my case. Why is it that if this actually benefit the citizen, why is it that there is poverty in Africa, and Africa are scrambling to travel to the west to search for their daily bread? A lot of them go through the desert, a lot of them go through the Mediterranean Sea, which thousands of them, the boats collapse, and a lot of thousands of Africa die in the Mediterranean Sea, and a lot of them die in the desert. And where is it that there is no good infrastructure when it comes to Africa, and there is no good road network, there is no 24 hours electricity, and there is no job, industrial creation of job? If at all, this incredible commercial opportunity, the raw materials that African have, the uranium, the gold, and all the lithium that African have, benefit the African citizen, why is it that there is starvation and poverty and insecurity in Africa? So if this incredible commercial opportunity benefit the citizen, so here I raise my case. So, guys, let's dive in. So, guys, I know you might ask, why did President Trump summon this few African country in the White House? And you guys should know, this country that President Donald Trump summoned to the White House is not the African countries that play the key roles in Africa. So the question is that, why did President Donald Trump have to invite them for a summit in the White House. So, guys, here is the country that Trump summoned them to the White House to meet them separately. Number one is Gabon, Senegal, Guinea-Bissau, Mauritania, and Liberia. So, guys, my question is, what is it that Donald J. Trump or United States of America see in those African countries and want to meet with them separately? The question that we should ask, is there any dispute or is there any dispute within this country that Trump want to settle with them? So guys, let's find out why Trump want to meet with these five African countries. Let's find out. So guys, as I make my research and my finding, I really find out the reason why the United States of America want to meet with these African countries in the White House. I want you to take note that Gabon is a Central African which have access to Atlantic Ocean. President Donald Trump has identified, or the US government has identified, this is a threat or something is not right. That China and Russia are taking over this territory, these five African countries. In 1990, US was the major importer of large volume of crude oil from Gabon. Okay, American company like Shell, Chevron was the biggest Gabon crude oil sector importer. But in 2000, China and Russia has taken over as the top Gabon trade partner. Note, guys, that China is importing timbers and crude oil and other resources from Gabon. This is why US summoned Gabon. China has took Gabon from US. Note that China offered Gabon great opportunities that US never did for Gabon. You guys might ask, what is the opportunity that uh, China offered to Gabon that US never offered? So here comes what China did to Gabon, which US never did. China, as you all know, exported manufacturer goods, brought infrastructure development and technical aids to the economy of Gabon. China also do the same thing to other five African countries, Mauritania, Guinea-Bissau, Liberia, and also Senegal, Gabon also. Then come to Senegal, China construct a premier stadium for national basketball team called the Arena. This is just meant for the national basketball where the Senegal basket national where Senegal play their basketball. It's a mega stadium. And also China also construct the Hakka Expressway still in Senegal. China also upgrade Senegal Industry Park. Let me come to Mauritania. China has taken over the fishing vessel in Mauritanian Sea. This is a 7,554 long coast from the West Sahara to Senegal, all being controlled by China. And China built road, hospital, conference center in Senegal capital. So guys, I just want you to compare what China has done to this African country. Compare it with US. I just want you to take a look. So come to Liberia. Now we are in Liberia. During the COVID crisis, China was helping Liberia building hospital, providing medical assistance for the citizens of Liberia during that COVID period. China company construct road network, also train Liberia soldier how to combat with terrorists. So guys, you could see the value which China have to offer to these five African countries that they open up to China, which US has not really done this. I think guys, you could see. Let's continue. Just of this recent, China sent a delegate of 20 Chinese businessmen to visit Guinea-Bissau. This is Guinea-Bissau to exploit investment opportunity in their infrastructure, fishing industry, renewal of energies and medical equipment. They have started building hospital in this Guinea-Bissau, road and stadium in. So guys, all this infrastructure is being built by the Chinese company given to Guinea-Bissau. And guys, you could see the value which the Chinese government is bringing to this African country that they could not resist because they really need it when it comes to road network, good hospital, and they will equip it, stadium, energy. So you could see. So this is the Chinese policy government has adopted with Africa. So once they come to Africa, they figure out those amenities that really, really is very important for the people of Africa, and they will make sure that they build this infrastructure by their own hand, using their own companies to build it. They do not give it to the local of that country so that they know that they have completed this project and they will hand over to the country. So, guys, you could see why China is gradually dominating African countries. So, guys, and this idea that China is really doing is really working for China, and they are gaining ground. And comes America is losing ground in Africa. That is why America have to summon these five countries to discuss how they can regain back. They can regain back these five countries. So guys, just of this recent, Russia signed a deal with Gabon. Military cooperation, also military weapon sales to Gabon government. Also deal in oil, uranium, and magnesium deposits. So guys, you could actually see it within your eyes why American has to summon this five countries because they are losing their ground. Secondly, the West know how to strategize with Africa to get what they want. The question is that the African politicians know how to get power by force. They will do everything for them to get to that office, to become president, to become governor. They would do anything if it takes to unalive people. They would cause chaos, whatever it takes. But the question I should ask, when they get into the office as a presidency, as a governors, they do not have the visionary leadership. They lack the true vision of the country. They lack creativity. They lack innovative. With all the mega resources that African have, they do not even find out how can we make use of these natural resources that we have in abundance. How can we use it to benefit our citizens, to create job opportunity, to build infrastructure? So because they lack this ideology, they never thought of it, they never think, they do not want to even find out. All they are struggling is to just get to the office, to become president and governors. They never have the true vision. If anybody raised up to have that vision, they will fight that person to kick him out. So you could see the bad leadership that African country have. Because actually, they are not there for the interest of the citizen. If they are there for the interest of the citizen, they will find know-how or way out to be able to utilize the natural resources. But because they are there for their safe interest and their family, they don't care. So you could see that African leadership A lot of them lack the visionary leader. When you are only for self-interest, you're blind, your eyes, your mind will be blind for creativity. So that is why you see that Africa is still struggling today, because we have leaders that do not have vision. So that is why the African politicians are left at the mercy of the foreigner because of lack of vision. They do not have what to offer. So guys, let's proceed. So guys, you could see the reason why this five country is being invited in the White House, that China has taken over these countries, which has tempered with their US international policy and plan. They also lose out on resources from this African country. So take example like Mali, like Niger, Burkina Faso, which Russian has taken over. You guys also hear just of this recent that US managed to sign a deal with Congo DRC that has been having war within the rebel group all this year. So what US is about to do is to be able to see the strategy that they could be able to recover back these five countries and more. So you should know that US will be having different summit with different African countries. This is a strategy to be able to take back those countries gradually. So guys, the question we should ask, what is Africa? What is the future of Africa? That is a question we should be asking right now, because right now you could just see what happened in the deal that US signed with DRC Congo. So guys, the question I should ask is, should our leader continue to set out the future of Africa? Could our leader cannot team up? Why do we have ECOWAS? Why do we have the African Union? So guys, you find out that this organization called ECOWAS, African Union, the question which are they really working for the interest of Africa, to uplift and to grow Africa, to unite Africa, or they are really working for their own selfish interest? Because if what we are seeing now, that every decade they continue to sell out the, the future of Africa, when will Africa become an independent? When will Africa stop relying on the West? Why we have abundant resources that we can utilize? Because we see a country that just rise to stand sovereign. Then the same ECOWAS, African Union, they are teaming up to fight that sovereign nation like Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger, that they were attacking the poorest country in Africa. And that same country are standing up that they want to utilize their resources. The same ECOWAS and African Union are teaming up to fight. So the question is that, who is our enemy?